Okay. The back side here, not too pretty, of the Dueling Pianos bar. Over here they're setting up areas for the runners. It's Run Disney Week here. They had a race today. They're running races tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And they increase in length as each day goes by. So we got tons of runners here. Quite frankly, more than usual. This is interesting. A big food truck pulling in here. So, we're approaching the boardwalk itself. The jelly rolls. I think it's open now, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. This is not. But I hear that they're going to have some events for the runners that have been that are here during the weekend. I heard that, but I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody was mentioning that to me. I think the CM was mentioning that to me the other day. That there'll be something going on there one of these nights. So here's one of the prettiest views at Disney World, and this is, of course, all my opinion. The sun is bright. It's chill, a little chill in the air this morning. It's 55 degrees at the moment. It's going to reach the mid-70s today, though, so it'll be nice. It was a very nice day yesterday. I am in shorts and a t-shirt, so it's not that bad, right? Meanwhile, you can tell the native Floridians, they're dressed in winter parkas. People from the south and the west are dressed a lot warmer. You can tell who's from where pretty easily on mornings like this. Two popular places here at night, especially weekends. I honestly don't know. I think Jelly Rolls is open though, but don't quote me, ever quote me on that. There's a couple of things that are not open along the boardwalk, but we're going to be walking along it, and I'll point that out to people when we get there. On weekends, sometimes there's people waiting out the door here to get in, especially these days. It's a pretty popular place on the weekends, especially. Here's one of the sections of the villas now. These are all Boardwalk View, of course. The crest of the wave is pretty basic balconies at crest of the wave, you know. They're not covered except the very top ones there, and that's just with an awning and everything. And I mention that because we put our cameras out on the balcony usually, and we're not very, you know, we like this area because it's the best view of over there where the fireworks appear from Epcot. It's a great view of them, but if it rains, it's not protected at all. We have a little box we can put it in and everything, but we get kind of squeamish about that. My son and his family are staying in Crest of the Wave right next door to us. We are in the red building right next door to here. We're in the last ones here. He's in the first ones there. So we're neighbors, sort of. Believe it or not, in the hallway, there's a bit of a distance between these rooms and these. But it's not bad. It's great. You know, they really were very nice putting us so close together. It works out really well. Yeah, they're right up there. Those on the 4th floor. Those 2 balconies right there are theirs. And then we're right over here. I don't know if you can see the 4th floor, the small balcony there, not the long one, but the one right above. That's us. You can see the door open, maybe. That's us. And 2 other kids. I'm not crazy about this. I mean, it's a 1-bedroom. No, it's a 2-bedroom, really. But the 1-bedroom section, where most of them have a entryway from the living room onto the balcony. This one doesn't. It's just from the bedroom. That's why it's so small. The entryway there is no entryway. There's a window, but no entryway from the living room area, just from the 1-bedroom area. And then the kids are staying with us in the 2-bedroom in the studio section, and they have their own little balcony too. You can see there. You can see them there. But you see over there, the living room area here, there's only a window. It bugs me a little bit because in the morning I always like to go out on the balcony with my coffee. You know, everybody else is sleeping. Trust me, I wake up early. Well, we're right above Big River Grill here. This one is open. Big River Grill is open for business. They have it's decent food. It's not anything I'd write home about. Eileen doesn't like it. I'm okay with it. My oldest son, loves the place. So, it has some interesting beers sometimes, maybe. I'm not a beer drinker, so it doesn't influence me one way or the other. But we're down on this side here. Up ahead, here's the stores. Of course, they're always open. Trust me, the first thing they reopen with the stores. I don't think they ever closed them, actually. Now, up here in this section, I've mentioned this many times before, these crescent balconies are not, but everything above them is 3 bedrooms. Grand villas are up here. All of the Boardwalk Grand Villas are up there. There's a couple of 2-story ones and a few 1-story ones. I think there's a total of 7 of them, but I think here's the games over here. Those are open all the time, every night. Those are back open. You can hear them all the time. But up here, Grand Villas, right under the big boardwalk sign. Stores are, of course, on the first floor all the time. Of course, these rooms are a premium. The funny thing is, and this is, Boardwalk politics, DVC politics talking. those rooms I started at back by the canal that takes you to Hollywood Studios, and these Boardwalk views are the same price and points, which I think is kind of weird. But, hey, I don't know. So I guess there's just two price ranges here. That's the standards, and the pool view and boardwalk views are the same. So there's just 2 point values associated with the boardwalk. All these boardwalk views. These rooms here that go in closer to the well, this building up ahead here is, of course, the check-in area. But here, these rooms here in the Village Green. This area is called the Village Green. This area here, the Village Green, is fake grass. Hey, Tina. Hey, Jim. Tina and Jim, how you doing? They still have some Christmas decorations up, obviously. There's the tree out in the Village Green. The Village Green here, this is fake, the grass. But the reason for that is they show the movies out here. And they have blankets and everything, and people lay down on them and stuff, and kids play out here a lot, and they do the yoga lessons out here. So it's used a lot. So initially it was real, but they were having a hell of a time keeping up with maintenance of it. So they just, got AstroTurf or whatever here now. These rooms here are considered garden pool view, I believe. The same amount of points, but you can get some looks at the boardwalk, not very good ones, but they're actually quite nice. It's pretty close to everything, close to the elevators, close to the lobby, transportation. It's just, this is pretty nice rooms. And it's quieter than you would think. Because this is really, the lobby is not exactly a hub of activity anymore. Since they did automatic check-in online, not that many people, quite frankly, use the lobby all that much. Still pretty though. I'll go through there when we come back, because there, like I said, there are some holiday decorations up yet. And here's the boat dock. People leaving for, they're boarding the Hollywood Studio boat right now. And Epcot's just about ready to board. So they'll probably be doing the double dip, leaving at the same time thing maybe. That's always fun. But we saw quite a confrontation there yesterday. Okay, here's the, of course, when the villas turn white, that means, or off-white, that's the Boardwalk Inn, the hotel section. Lobby building there is in between the villas. The colorful buildings over here. And down this way, the white and off-white buildings are the Boardwalk Inn, which is the hotel section of the Boardwalk Resort. They totally redid this, fixed up this walkway. They're finally done with it. Last time we were here, they were working feverishly on it. A lot of noise during the day. Thanks, Jim. Flying Fish used to be, a few years ago, one of the best restaurants on the grounds. This is, of course, my opinion only. Then they went into a little bit of a tailspin. I think they weren't as good as they used to be, and now they're closed. This closed during the pandemic years, and it has not reopened. It just sits here. It's a beautiful little restaurant, not very big. It's pretty little place, and it was really some really, really good food for a while. It was top-notch food. One of our favorite quick food places is right here, Boardwalk to Go. The thing is about Boardwalk to Go is, until very recently, I think they've changed that now, but that was a cash-only place. They didn't take credit cards, they didn't take Disney bands, they didn't take anything. They're not owned by Disney. This is an independent group here that rents the space. But the food's pretty good. It's pretty basic stuff, you know. But it's easy to get, it's hot, and it's usually pretty good. And the prices for Disney, I want to re-emphasize that, for Disney aren't bad. Cadaver Bar. This place is open, which is interesting to me because it's really small and really confined, and it can get very crowded. But it's open. It's based on magic, of course. When we've been there, it's always been fairly busy, but it doesn't take much to be busy here because it's not a very big place. They share a restroom with Trattoria. The restaurant next door can be a little hectic. And they're really, do you, Tina? Yeah, it's a nice place. When we were there, now it's been a while since we've been in here, but when we were there, the people who worked there not only were waiters and waitresses and bartenders, they were also magicians. They would do magic tricks for you and stuff. Sometimes with your drinks, they would make your drinks with magic stuff. It was fun. It was nice. It's a pretty cool place, but like I said, it's small. It's not much space there, so if you were claustrophobic, you might not like the place, but I like it. It's nice. Trattoria is open for breakfast and for dinner. Popular place. I think it's got one of the best breakfasts on grounds. It's unusual, but they have the staples, of course, but they have some unusual ones also. They do and their dinners, of course, it's an Italian place. It's good. Pretty good stuff. But the breakfasts, I think, are really good. I would strongly recommend it if you're in the area, if you want to get a breakfast that's a little different than you're used to. Although you can get, like I said, staple stuff, bacon and eggs and stuff too. But they have some stuff that's interesting. A little more interesting, a little more unusual. It's a very popular place. They used to have, of course, a unusual, should I say, breakfast, in that they had a character breakfast. It's not right now anymore, but they had it from characters from, what's the Rapunzel movie? From, the Rider guy and Rapunzel. Was unusual. They're characters you don't see at other character meals, let's put it that way. Flynn Rider and Rapunzel. There you go. Yeah, I agree, Tina. It is small. And here's the pizza window. This place is very popular. Their pizza is better than it used to be. At first, their pizza was just meh. It's better. It's a good deal better now than it was earlier on. It's pretty good. This is a pizza window right here, connected to the restaurant. But you can go right up to the window here. You don't have to go in the restaurant or anything. And it gets pretty busy sometimes. They do not, for some reason or another, sell it by the slice anymore. I'm not quite sure why that is, but they only sell whole pizzas now, which are pretty expensive, quite frankly. I mean, $23 for a pepperoni pizza is a little bit much. I mean, $21 for a large cheese pizza, come on. That's pretty expensive. Their slices were expensive though too, but they were substantial slices. They were pretty big. But they don't sell slices anymore. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, for a single person, you know, they don't want to buy a whole pizza. So I don't get what they stopped doing that for. Because their slices seemingly were very popular. Boardwalk Bakery. This is the place. This is the place here. Where I come from, Tina, you don't pay 23 bucks for a pepperoni pizza. Sorry, but you just don't. Pay about 15, 16 for it, something like that. Boardwalk Bakery is probably the most popular place around here. It's where you get your refills of coffee too. If you buy the mugs, it's kind of that's kind of an inconvenience because there's no indoor entrance. I know people mention it all the time about Boardwalk. If you want to get food, you have to go outside, like it's like big imposition to walk outside or something. So they have it here, and then there's a little inside. There's at the bar, the bar here at the Boardwalk, the Tavern Bar, whatever you want to call it. They have refills there too. A lot of people don't know that, but you can get your refills there too. But here they even advertise for the refills.
They got rid of them.
They section it off. There you go. These are all, of course, rooms at the Boardwalk here, up above all the commercial facilities here. Nice views, but you know the thing is, you can't see the fireworks. Maybe you can see, if you look over the yacht club at night, I don't know if you can see it on our cam the way we have it focused right now, but you can see the Magic Kingdom fireworks in the distance too. These guys could see it really well, but the Epcot fireworks, they can't see at all. They're facing in the wrong direction. They're all facing away from Epcot, so they can't see them. They can hear them, trust me. These boardwalk views, boardwalk rooms, do not see the fireworks at Epcot. Here's the new ice cream place that replaced Ample Hills. It is not nearly as good. No offense or anything. I mean, it's okay. It's nice. It's certainly not terrible, but Ample Hills was far better. This is nice. At least they put something in here, and it's similar to the ice cream at Yacht and Beach Club there. What's the name of the place there? I forget. Everybody liked so much. So it's okay. It's okay. They don't have as much selection either. It's very, very limited. The Ample Hills had like 20 different flavors or so available to you. 20, 25 flavors available to you. And of course they had all the kinds of conglomeration sundaes and stuff. Here they have sundaes and stuff too. And they're okay. Like I said, they're okay. They're just not Ample Hills. Ample Hills went belly up during the pandemic. Unfortunately. They were opening up a store at Disney Springs and they shut it down before they even opened. It's a shame. But that was one of my favorite places. But this will do. If you have a hankering for ice cream, this will do. ESPN Club is closed. It has not reopened. And there doesn't seem to be any even rumors if it is ever going to reopen in the near future. But the one over at Wide World of Sports is also closed. So it's interesting. This one was really popular. I mean, if you on Sundays especially. I mean, football Sundays, football Saturdays, football Sundays. It was nuts in here. And the nice thing about it is that they would, if you had a large group and there's TVs everywhere, they would get to try the hardest they could to get the TV on the game you wanted to watch. If you have a favorite college team or something, or a favorite pro team, and you wanted to watch that game, and it wasn't like broadcast in the Florida area, they would do their best to try to get it for you, so you could sit and watch it. I don't know what the connections they have, but believe it or not, you could usually get it. They had all kinds of connections of some sort to get those games. Yeah, there are TVs in the restrooms, indeed. Yeah, they're kind of famous for that. So you didn't miss anything. above the urinals, in the toilets, it was amazing. This is a cast member path only. But let me tell you something. All kinds of people that stay here use this pathway. This takes you to the courtyard area of the boardwalk. I'm not going to use it because I listen to regulations here. But that'll take you back to the quiet pool at Boardwalk Inn. A lot of people are unaware that there are 3 pools at Boardwalk. There's the major pool, there's the quiet pool next to it along the canal on the way to Hollywood Studios, but down here on the Boardwalk inside is another quiet pool, which I think is lovely. It's a beautiful area, little garden area, very lovely, and very quiet. When they say quiet pool, they mean it there. But we could use that pool if we wanted to, even though we're staying at the Villa section. But it's kind of a long trek just to get to a quiet pool. Here's the view the Boardwalk Inn people have. And like I said, you can't see Spaceship Earth, you can't see Epcot. But you can see, yeah, it's a pretty nice view. Still see the lake. There's the dolphin in the distance. And then the swan looms over the boardwalk itself. See? Doesn't it look like it's sitting on top of the roof there? We always say it looks like the swan from the Swan Hotel is nesting on top of the boardwalk building. Some people don't like that. It doesn't bother me. I think the swan and dolphin are kind of cool, personally. There's the yacht club over there. So they can't see the beach club either. They can see the yacht club, the swan and dolphin, well, some of the swan, and the Boardwalk Villas. They got a decent view of the Boardwalk Villas too. But see, here's I told you the boat's leaving. They do this little turn together. Oh God, I wish Darlene was listening because she'd tell us what Old Harmony calls that. I can't remember, but it's kind of funny. They had a funny name for that. But that's that little thing that they do together. If both boats are there. I'm just going to go up to the point here and then turn around. It's going to be a shorter tour. Number one, I'm starting to get a little chilled here. Believe it or not, even from Wisconsin. Wisconsin people do get cold too. Trust me. But it's going to warm up. So here, again, I gotta tell you, this week so far, and it's Thursday, and we're leaving tomorrow, late tomorrow, not late, but late in the afternoon tomorrow. I have not seen a wedding here this trip. This is the first trip we've taken where I haven't seen a wedding yet. Now maybe they'll have one tomorrow, who knows, but the Run Disney events are going to be going past here very probably, and it's doubtful they're going to have a wedding here with a bunch of runners all over the place. Of course, it's really early in the morning, so maybe so. But this is the first trip I can remember where I haven't seen a wedding on this pavilion. It's a popular wedding spot. Not huge weddings, of course, because it's kind of limited space-wise. But it's really quite lovely. Usually the bride and groom are right by this archway here. And there's around here there's chairs and stuff. There's various rooms and building that are available to smaller weddings for a reception of some sort, dinner and reception. So they usually have that here too. Okay, off in the distance here, if you see the dance hall and you see Jelly Rolls, that high rise in between the two there is the new building at Swan and Dolphin. I'm mixed on it. It's okay looking building, but it doesn't look anything. It doesn't match in with anything here. You know, it's just like sticks out like a sore thumb. It's kind of a decent looking building, but it's kind of it's just to me. But that upper area there is, you can see the Epcot fireworks from up there. And I've been told when and if they return the higher fireworks at the studios, you can see them from there too, from that building. So that's pretty cool. Heavily windowed area there is for fireworks viewing. Blue building, beach club. Gray building, yacht. And for those who don't know, the lighthouse thing there is the boat dock for the Yacht and Beach Club. Yeah, lovely area here. It's a lovely place for a wedding. My daughter used to say she wanted to get married here when she was much younger. And she thought we were rich or something. Which, of course, is not the least bit true. A little pathway here. And this area up here, then we get back to the main walkway, and this is the main walkway we would take to Epcot. If you're walking to Epcot, this would take you to Epcot. And it would also take you to the Skyliner now. There is an option here, if you're willing to walk to the Epcot gate, basically, to take the Skyliner to go to Hollywood Studios, for instance, or one of the resorts that it also takes you to. So, for instance, if we were having a meal at Riviera, we could take the Skyliner to get to Riviera, which is an option. It's a bit of, it'd be like walking to Epcot to get to Skyliner, which is, kind of, a bit of a trek just to get on the Skyliner, but doable. Yeah, Jim, I know you have. And you can see the lights. The lights, I don't even notice it, I know, but I'm always fascinated with the light standards and the little touches they do thematically. When you start to hit the boardwalk, they change to these kind of lights. I'll go up to the bridge so you can see the difference in the lighting. But and the music changes to more jazzy music for the boardwalk, to more international type music. Okay, obviously, since it's the International Gateway we're approaching. That's what they call it anyhow. It's a different ball game at the International Gateway now, though. Much busier, because it drops off all the people on the Skyliner from Pop Century, from Art of Animation, from Riviera, from Caribbean Beach. All of those resorts, and they are all huge resorts, are dropped off here by the International Gateway, which has made the International Gateway a much busier place, which I'm not too crazy about, to be honest, because that used to be a pretty exclusive gate for the resorts on the Crescent Lake here. And here is where the boats go when they take you to Epcot, and there in the distance you can see the Skyliners going past. That's where you'd have to go for that, and then the boat dock that lets you off for Epcot. I don't know if the glare, if you can see that, the Skyliners and stuff, but they're kind of behind the trees a little bit too. But If you see movement behind a tree, that's probably the Skyliner. I'm not going to go all the way to Epcot now. I'm turning around because I'm going to head back to the room here, but I'll do a quick look at the lobby because it's the lobby still has some Christmas decorations up. At least it did. I shouldn't say that. I haven't been in the lobby this morning. They could go down at any time. But I was reading that they keep them up this week for the Run Disney people because it's quite. Let me tell you, it's really busy here. And I don't know if it's because of the Run Disney thing, because of like a freaking race every day, and a lot of runners come to that. I know, so that has something to do with it. 50th anniversary probably has something to do with it too. So it's really busy. You know, you're not expecting that. You know, usually right after the holidays. Right after New Year's Day, it's usually not as nearly as busy, but man, it's. I feel like I'm here in the middle of summer or something. Not weather-wise, but crowd-wise. It's pretty busy here today, or this whole week. Long waits on attractions. We go in the standby lines here. Yeah, the other day, Rise of Resistance was over 3 hours. I can't imagine standing in line for 3 hours. I like Rise of the Resistance, but I don't like any ride that much. Any attraction that much. So we paid to get in. I done reluctantly. I love how they call it Lightning Lane and all kinds of interesting names. It's basically paying for a fast pass now. That's what it is. It's kind of like the old fast pass system, except you pay for it now. You reserve for it, you go on. Except you got to wait till the day of, but still, it's like fast pass. It's like fast pass the original way when you had to do everything the day of. And you remember when you had to go put your ticket through a thing to get a ticket for a fast pass? Well, this is kind of the same online, except you pay for it. And you couldn't get another one till you used the one you had and stuff like that. It's very similar to that. Once you figure that out, it's like the old system fast pass, except you pay for it online. You do everything online and pay for it. Well, there you go. It's really not that confusing. Here's another little look here. This is the only area, by the way, I might point out, this is the only area of the Crescent Lake around the resorts here that isn't fenced off. As you can see here, there's no fences here at all. It's the only area. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I'm guessing it's a view thing for when they have weddings here and stuff. That's just a guess. What do I know what the reasoning of Disney is here? But everywhere else, the last few years, ever since the incident in Grand Floridian a few years ago, they've fenced off the lakes so it makes it much more difficult for you. Well, there's always been the fence here on the boardwalk, but by Yacht and Beach Club there was not. And now that whole area, the beaches, everything are fenced off, so you can't get into the lake. Now this fence has always been here. If you can see the boardwalk here where it's some wet spots, they hose this thing down every day. I've probably mentioned that before, but they do it even more carefully now. And they disinfect every one of these benches, the railings. You see people out here. There used to be like a couple people doing that. They got a bunch of people out here doing that now. And they use disinfectants of some sort and on all the tables and chairs and benches and the railings. It's pretty meticulous. And they hose this. You can see it's still wet here. They hose the boardwalk down every morning like clockwork. every freaking morning. It's something. It's not noisy. They're really quiet because there's nothing. They got a big hose. They connect up to different spots here and hose it down. And like I said, all these benches, all these tables, even the garbage cans, by the way. They disinfect the garbage cans too. So it's pretty meticulous stuff they do. So I'm going to head back towards the margaritas are pretty good here, by the way. I don't know how I would know that, but they are. Trust me. There's some people leaving the breakfast from Trattoria. Like I said, really good breakfast. And the omnipresence at every place resort, even outside on the boardwalk here, is the Disney Vacation Club kiosk. There's one inside and one outside. Inside the lobby area, outside on the board, right on the boardwalk here. A central location too, probably the best location on the boardwalk practically. And they have a DVC kiosk. They're everywhere, people, everywhere. Funnel cakes, people like those. I had one and they were okay, you know. They were nice, but boy, oh boy, instant heart attack though. Those things are not for the diet conscious. Lately, they've been taking and putting these signs around. They didn't used to be around here, but they are now. And here is our schedule for activities that are usually around here. Movie Under the Stars. They used to have here, they used to have the movie listed for the night. I don't know, maybe they're not doing that right now. Right here, yeah, Beauty and the Beast. So they're there. They have a listing of the movies, what days, what nights. They're not every night, but most of the week. It's usually a Disney movie. Well, I shouldn't say usually. It's always a Disney movie. Usually. It is constantly a Disney movie. The Wiley Galleries, maybe the most expensive store on the ground, certainly the most expensive store on the boardwalk. And I have yet to see, and this, but not, and it's not like I'm here all the time, but I've never seen a customer in that place. Never seen a customer in it, ever. They have an extensive workout room here. Fitness area. I mean, look at all that stuff. And there's usually somebody in it, a couple people in it. Game room. This is a small room, but it is just stuffed with games. I mean, there's all kinds of games in here. So, I mean, it's a good place. You know what? On a rainy day, it's a good place to take the kids to keep them occupied for a little while. I haven't taken some of the niece or nephew or friends' kids in there that didn't love it. Or our own kids when they were young. And of course, the famous pool replaced the clown. For people who were fearful of clowns, are probably happy now because there's not a clown there anymore. Tina, we're going to Magic Kingdom a little later. And then tonight, I think we're going back to studios. I think. Tomorrow morning, our last day, is traditionally, for me, it's Epcot. So, Magic Kingdom later, and then later, Hollywood Studios, and tomorrow, Epcot. Because we're leaving around 3 o'clock tomorrow, so we're going to have to make it an morning thing, early afternoon thing at Epcot, and then we leave. Oh, no, I'm going to go the other way. I told you I'd take you through the lobby, so I better do that, eh? We have some passes for rides later this morning. My kids are already gone. They're two of them went to the rope drop at Magic Kingdom, and Steven and his family group went over to where'd they go this morning? I think they went to Hollywood Studios, and the other two kids went to Magic Kingdom. Both groups went to rope drop. I used to do that when I was young too, so I get it. I take no smell the roses moments now because, quite frankly, I have to. I can't do it. Can't do that anymore. And here we go. We're in the lobby. Like I promised you, Vacation Club Kiosk, right at the entrance. This will take you to the Boardwalk Inn. This also takes you to, if you remember earlier, I told you that you can get your coffee refilled inside too, and you can right over here in the mornings, just in the mornings. And there's a little and you can get it over here. You can see the coffee urns over there. It's a really nice little place to have a drink at night. They got a patio outside, and they have a nice indoor area too. It's really quite lovely. And they play old radio type music and stuff. Got a TV, and you see right now they have a Christmas tree in the background too. And you can, like I say, you can still see some Christmas decorations are still here. And I'll go through the main lobby now to show you those Christmas decorations. And then I'm going to go up and see my girlfriend, see how she's doing.
It's a good thing she's awake now because she can shower. I lost it.
Okay, there's the Carousel. This is always here. This thing is always here, as is that incredible chandelier. That's the Run Disney events. They're letting us know that there's going to be running through here different days. Tomorrow is the big day for running through here. Early tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to try to stream that if they run through here, just so people get an idea what that looks like. It's early in the morning, so those of you who are early risers, heads up, I might be streaming that. Here's one. They went to 2 trees this year because there's a lot of things they didn't put in this year. Number one is the Gingerbread House. There used to be a Gingerbread House located right around here, and now instead of that, they've got here 2 trees. It's pretty long, so I'm going this way with it. The thing I like the most, though, is the heavy boughs that they put up all over the place. I mean, they just full of ornaments, ornamentation and lights and stuff, and they're huge. And they got them everywhere, which is quite nice. The chandeliers here are always here, of course. They're very nice. But, you know, again, even their Christmas decorations are pretty thematic kinds of things. They have it everywhere. It's pretty lit up around here. But like I said, this is new. The 2 trees, they used to have just the one, and it was bigger than these 2. So they got 2 smaller trees now, which is nice. I think it's a better use of the space, quite frankly. And they moved the chairs around a little bit to accommodate that. So over there was a merry-go-round. You saw that, right? And over here, encased in glass, or I should say plastic, really, is a roller coaster. A model of a roller coaster. Of course, the flowers are those particular Christmas flowers. I forget what they call them again. But they're got the fireplace on today. Of course, the Ugly Sisters chair. And the elephant. And then the picture where that model of the elephant comes from is this. That's the actual. This desk used to be the concierge service here. They don't use this area at all anymore. It's just a lonely desk now because they moved concierge over here because with online check-ins, there's not that need for the space for just check-ins anymore. So the concierge is in the middle here, and then you can see the concierge sign there where those 3 people are. Yeah. So they combined it all into the one main desk here. And the concierge desk is no longer used. Kind of a shame. They don't have as many people work the desks anymore either because of online check-in. Here's the little, I might point out, the hours. This place is not open in the mornings anymore. And I've been told that's because of staffing problems. So there you go, folks. I'm going to approach the elevators here. The only elevators on this side of the place are right here. They are, I might add, very fast elevators. Little nooks and crannies around here. Stupid spam calls. Cross marketing. These are fast. See how fast these elevators are? We went to the 4th floor in that amount of time. Boom. Okay, I'll take you to the walk to our room so you can see the cool rug. This rug's been here for a while now, though. They replace this every, I don't know, decade or something. Usually. It's starting to show some wear and tear here and there. Nothing serious, but still, it's, colorful. It's boardwalkish. Of course, these rooms are the closest. The rooms on this side are Boardwalk View. The rooms on this side are Garden Park View. They look at the little quiet area that we saw earlier. So most of the ones on this side. Okay, now we begin this section here is where the the Grand Villas are. We're passing hit like this double door. Here's a Grand Villa entrance. And they're on every floor. That too. So you get an idea that you get the double doors when you're there. And here's another Grand Villa door entrance, main door entrance. And there's different, a couple of doorway entrances to the one-story ones, especially of the Grand Villas. All right, now we're done with the Grand Villas. And we're back to regular old rooms again. And we're right down the way here, so I'm going to turn off this is the laundry room here, by the way. And we're right up ahead here, so I'm going to turn us off, and we're going to be at Magic Kingdom later, and we'll probably stream a couple things. Hope you liked it. It's a long walk, yeah, but it's worth it. You can't get a boardwalk view, and people, if you didn't have the long walk, people would complain there's not enough boardwalk view rooms, you know. If you want that view, you gotta make the rooms for it. So I appreciate it. These are our rooms right here, and we will see you later today. Thanks. Bye.